Good morning, everyone. I wanted to share with you something that I got this morning. It's it's been making me cry, and I want to share it with you because messages from the other side come in all sorts of mysterious ways, and we should always look at the signs from our deceased loved ones and not overlook things as that was no, you always look at it as though it's a sign when you know it's a sign. So this morning, I'm going through a box and I see this with my dad's signature on it. It's 4 months today that he's been transitioned over to the other side. And I said out loud because my Gram's urn is that one and my dad's urn is that one. And I said out loud, because when I do, that's not your signature, that's your autograph. And then I see this envelope that was open with what I noticed was written by my Gram. And I slid it out and I read it. And this is what it says. Let me try and get through this. Thank you ever so much for all the extra trouble you have been caused by us. Trying to catch Eddie to sign took a little longer than I expected. Sorry. Thanks again. Marilyn. Today's 4 months to the day that my dad died. It took a little bit longer for her, apparently. But my dad signed something. When you find something like that, it's a message from your loved ones. And that they're thinking about you. It took a little longer than expected, but my dad signed something. And sorry for all the trouble they've caused. In the last, 3 years that I've been back here before my dad and my Gram passed away, we were talking about all kinds of things that I've been through in my life from my childhood on up to where I was homeless. And they both sat down and they were crying with me and trying to apologize for everything. Whether it was something they did or didn't do, and it was somebody that they didn't even know was doing, they're just so sorry and they wanted to make it right. And I know that my dad and my Gram felt really bad for the way things were, and that my having to take care of my Gram and my dad for the way he was, they were trying to apologize. They were sorry for the way things were. And I cannot help but to look at this on the anniversary of my dad passing away. That they are here. And the chimes are going off, so let me unplug this. Now, sitting in the kitchen the other night I posted, I was sitting right here in front of the heater. The girls were laying on the island, like Notori is now. Angara's laying right there. And these chimes hanging up. We've got the heater on now, so you know, but that's still not enough to make these chimes ring. They're moving. And I know that that's my puppy. My dad's dog. And last night, it was like really chiming. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's still chiming. Lightly now. But last night it was pretty strong. And my cat's, you know, those little lovey eyes that cats give. And it started to chime. Never overestimate things. Never like underestimate things. However you want to put it, okay? When it comes to our loved ones that are on the other side now, they will leave little things for you to find to let you know that they're still there. And I know that my dad and my grandma are still here with me. And that the puppy's still here with us and with the girls. Their puppy. Because they were so in love with the dog. He was no longer my dad's dog. He was no longer my puppy. My puppy Wuzzle. You know, he was their puppy. I will do all I can by way of selling these crystal skulls, keeping my promise to my brother, my dad, and my grandmother, to help you have communication with your family that's on the other side. And as it grows with you, as it's growing with me, you have to help other people with your messages that you receive. Okay? Because you don't just want to help yourself in life. You want to make Source happy by helping other people. And that's something that I can do for you with these skulls and keeping my promise with Crystal. And I've explained all of that online in my posts over the last couple years since my little brothers passed, and then my grandmother, and then my dad. I'm keeping my promise to help other people with having direct communication with their loved ones, on top of all the things that these crystal skulls can do for you. And the chime's still going off. I know it's my puppy. The girls' puppy. So I started crying and talking out loud to my dad and my gram in their urn back here. No matter what, you know, good or bad or what, you know, it doesn't matter. I love my family, and I will cherish them always, and it was no trouble at all. Even though it was kind of rough on me at times because it was only up to me. I had to do everything all by myself, and it was rough. And I did hurt my back a few times, taking the carpet out of the house. I messed up my feet even more. You know, like, it was hard on me because, like, my brother wasn't here, and I told him, you know, it's okay. You know, like, you've got a life, and you got a job, and you got your kids, you know, like, I get it. And with my dad, he told me that it really, really bothered him because God was right. And that's the way my gram turned out. So he didn't want to be here. He didn't even want to be around and he couldn't see it. It hurts too much. And I get that. He would get up in the morning and take off and come back in the evening. And he was lucky if he came back during the day to take his meds. Because he skipped that a lot. You know? And pig-headed. You know? We're all stubborn. But I told him this morning after reading that. It was no trouble at all. I mean, for me, I would do it all over again just to have another day with my family. I really love them. And I know that's coming from them is a message to me from the other side. To apologize for any trouble they may have caused. And sorry, it may have taken a while, but she was trying to get my dad to sign something. Well, here's his autograph. I know from my own experience being dead, we don't die. I posted up video clips God wanted me to do years ago. It seemed a little weird, and I had a lot of people freaking out and calling me. And I'm like, no, dude, it's okay. You don't understand. God's like, here, do this. You should record this. And I did. Listen to them. Come take a walk with me. Listen to come and take a walk with me. It's a video I posted a few years ago when I was still living in LA. Can you hear the chimes? And the paper just moved. We don't die. It just gets a little hard for the living to see and hear them, but they're still here with us. Our love isn't just like a training wheels when it comes to opening up to the spirit world and learning how. Because I've told you, the ones you're closest to will be like your training wheels for learning how. The dead do not die. Don't ever think that they do, and don't ever think that they're gone. Because they don't go away. They're not gone. We don't lose our loved ones. I've also said in times it makes me really sad. And that's where you pinch yourself off a little bit because you have to be happy and excited. It's like they're getting a makeover. They go out in the morning while you're sitting at home doing whatever you're doing. They come back in and holy, they don't even look the same, you know, like that's how it is. You have to be excited for that. Because when you're sad and down and everything, it pinches it off and it makes it even harder. You're not going to have your communication right then. You got to get in a better mood first. Train can't go in two directions at the same time. And I've said how, it does make me sad at times because even though it's the same, it's your family, it's a little different. It's a little different now that they're gone. But even though it's different, it's still the same. And even though it's the same, it's still a little different. And it's the different part that makes me sad at times. I will share my tips on how you can open yourself up to receiving your loved one's messages. I will do all I can to help communicate for you all, not just myself. And by the last conversations I've ever had with my little brother, it was a bond moment with our brothers. All about how Crystal can help us and always being bonded and always having that, which is now unfolding as selling these crystal skulls that are right behind me, and they're spending time with my dad, my gram. And alright, oops, sorry. This is the ball that my brother Jeremy is infused in. This is the ball that my grandmother is infused in. And I don't know if you can see the three. There's the three sitting here. Okay. Yeah, these three skulls are the ones that I will allow for adoption to begin this whole thing. Now, I'm still having some issues, like trying to get myself set up to actually selling them online rather than just posting them up on eBay, you know what I mean? That I can do, but right, I was gonna do Etsy or even Instagram or something. It's a process. You just can't be like, here you go, Sorry. But I did post it up and let you know, and I showed, pictures with and without Flash. Those are the children that are now up for adoption, who've been spending time with my family so that they can help you in communicating with your loved ones. And once you start getting good at it, and once you start knowing, okay, this is happening, it's not just in your head, you need to do that for other people. We have to be there to help others in this world, as well as those that are no longer in this world. We have to help them as well. And Crystal can work with both. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing day today, or if it's your nighttime right now when you're watching this, I don't care, dude. Just have a good time. Smile. And know that I love you. I don't care who you are. I don't care if I've never met you in my life or if I never will. I love you. Unconditionally. Namaste to all, and to all a good night. Ho, ho, ho.